Hello and welcome to my channel, You Are The One, where we talk all things law of assumption to help make your manifesting journey easier and more fun. And today we are talking about winning and holding the assumptions that are going to support you winning what it is that you want. So stick around. My name is Hedley Derenzie. I am a qualified life coach and author specializing in the teachings of the law of assumption as originally taught by the wonderful Neville. It is the stories that we tell that create our reality. So if you want to change any part of your reality, then you have to start by changing the story first. And if you want to create the most amazing reality, it helps to know how to tell the most amazing stories. And that's where these teachings can really help. And that is why I am here. I want to help you to tell the most amazing stories you can possibly imagine for yourself, and then hold them long enough for your reality to reflect them back. If you would like support with this, I am available for Law of Assumption coaching. I also have a free 21-day Set Yourself Up with the Ultimate Self-Concept course, which is the ultimate story that you want to be telling. You'll find those details in the box below this video or at my website, youaretheone.com.au. Hi, Dora. Hi. Okay, today we are talking about winning and how to use the law of assumption to support winning what it is that you want, whether it's a competition, whether it's an award, or whatever it is, doesn't matter. If you want to win something, you can, using the law of assumption. I've been wanting to make this video for quite some time, and it kind of started when I saw there was an ad before my own video from Mind Valley, where the founder of Mind Valley, I forget his name, he starts talking about a woman called Hedley, who won every competition that she entered using this specific mind method. And of course that piqued my interest, and I was like, oh, I want to know about this. But rather than buy the course, I downloaded Hedley's book, which is a really old book from a while ago, and I read the book. And what I found in the book was that Mind Valley was being a little bit naughty, because she was already winning all of these competitions before she used this mind method. Hedley was already winning all of the competitions she entered using her own thought processes, which we'll go into. But then she was involved in a car accident and she was super injured, and then she came across this mind method, and it was the mind method that helped her recover from this accident and helped her recover and heal in her body and make a full recovery using this specific mind method. Hedley was not using that mind method to win those competitions. She was already winning the competitions before she got involved with this mind method. So I just want to make that point because that is a little bit misleading. Now, what she actually did in order to win these competitions was she simply held the belief, she had the assumption that she was a winner. Like literally, I could stop this video right now because that's it. So there might be something that you're wanting to win, whether it's the lottery, whether it's a competition, whether it's an award, whether it's a race. It really doesn't matter. You are free to experience whatever it is that you want to experience here on this physical plane, using this body as the vehicle to experience your desires with your five senses. So you're free to experience whatever you want. If you have a desire for something, you are free to experience it. And in fact, that desire is the fuel for creation. That desire that you're feeling within you, that is what is fueling your creation and your expansion, because without desire, we can't expand. We can't expand into more of who we are, which of course is infinite consciousness, having a physical experience. And part of this physical experience is knowing that we are this infinite consciousness and having that experience with our five senses. So whatever you desire, whether it's to win something, is completely okay. You are more than free to experience whatever it is that you want to experience. If you want to win the lottery, go for it. Don't do it from a place of needing money. That's not the place to win the lottery from. If you want to win the lottery or you want to win any competition, you're wanting to do it from a place of just simply experiencing what it would be like to win that with your five senses. Now, of course, that we're going to use the law of assumption principles in order to create this. But why I wanted to make this video is because we have interesting assumptions about winning, and you want to look at what your assumptions about winning are before you start putting all the techniques into practice around winning what it is that you want. Because you could be creating this wonderful win for yourself, but if you have assumptions about winning that are counter to you winning something, then that is going to work against you because they are going to be the dominant assumptions because they've been there longest. And they probably arose from a negative experience you had with winning, where you learnt that winning was somehow wrong or bad or something that you shouldn't go after. Let's look at competition from the beginning. So we all are infinite consciousness, born into physical form, having a physical experience of our infinite nature. Remembering consciousness is the only reality. Reality is reflecting back what we're doing in consciousness. Now, as we come into these physical bodies, we are engaged in a setup which helps us to have amnesia and forget who we are so that we can have the adventure of figuring it out and finding our way back home and, you know, going through all these challenges and having all of these adventures in order to have an exciting experience while we're in physical form. If we knew that we're infinite consciousness or God, then there's no adventure. It's like, oh yeah, I can have anything and everything I want right now using my consciousness. There's no adventure in that. We had to set up the contrast. We had to set up the challenge, and that's part of the fun. Not always comfortable, I know. Pretty much straight off the bat when we go to school, we are engaged in competition. And with competition, there is a winner and there is also a loser. That creates a separateness, that creates contrast, that creates something I want to something I don't want. So I want to be the winner, I don't want to be the loser. Everyone wants to be the winner, they don't want to be the loser. Now, if you experienced loss, then there will be some assumptions about winning there. So if you lost anything in your time growing up, in those early years where we are forming our assumptions between 0 and 7, if you experience some kind of loss where you didn't win something or you won something and then you feel guilty because somebody lost, there will be assumptions there about winning and losing. You want to look at all of those assumptions and you want to ask yourself, what are the assumptions I have about winning? One of them might be that people lose, that other people lose, and that's not fair, or I make people feel bad. These assumptions are really subconscious. We don't know they're there, but you want to bring them up and you want to look at them and go, what are my assumptions about winning? And do they support me winning in a way that enables me to win free of guilt or free of shame? I know for me, I had an experience when I was young. I was a really good athlete, and so I would win the races, but I didn't win enough races to win the championship. And the girl who did win, I can still remember it so clearly, which is why I've got to do some more revision on it. She actually came up and asked me, and she had a whole group of friends with her, and she was like one of the cool people at school, and she came up and asked me if I would lose the next race so that she could win the championship, because I didn't have enough points to win the championship, but she did as long as she won the next race that I was in. So she asked me to lose, and guess what I did? I agreed, and I deliberately lost so that she could win. And also I felt pressured by the fact that she asked me while she was surrounded by all of her friends. Like, they all came up and kind of cornered me while I was on my own and asked me to throw off the race to ensure that I wouldn't win. So, you know, it's stuff like that where we look at the stories from our past and how did they set us up in terms of winning. I had to look at why that was. Why did I set myself up to come second? And that was because I didn't want to win, because to win meant to stand out. It meant to make others feel bad, because that means that if I won, then somebody else had to lose. So there are some interesting assumptions that I had to look at around winning. And then I had to change those assumptions so that I was holding the assumption that if I won, everyone could win. And this came up in a session with a client recently. In fact, it's come up a couple of times around this idea of winning, that there are some negative assumptions we have about winning, and that if I win, other people lose. So therefore I shouldn't win. Winning is bad. It's really important, if you want to win something, to hold the assumption that by you winning, everybody else wins. That's a really great assumption to hold. When you win, everyone wins. And that was an assumption that I had to come to in myself, and that was also an assumption that a few of my clients had to come to in our sessions together. It's okay to have whatever experience you want, and if that's winning a competition, that is absolutely okay. But you also have to have the assumptions that support you winning, that also enable you to feel safe with winning and to feel that it's okay to win and that others don't lose out by you winning. It's certainly something that I'm looking at because I had a negative story with winning, because I knew I was capable of winning, but I also sabotaged myself from winning because I didn't want to make other people feel bad. Winning doesn't have to be about winning and losing. Winning can be about winning for all and you having a wonderful experience and then everybody else having a great experience as well. Anything that's in this 3D reality that we've been born into is okay to experience. That's why we're here. We're here to have this experience of what it is like to win. We can't do that in consciousness because we're all one. We're all the same. It's all infinite consciousness. So we've come into this physical form to have certain physical experiences. They are all okay. You're allowed to have whatever experience you want, but you've got to set up the assumptions in order to support it and make sure that those assumptions are supportive of you and everybody else, so that you're aligned with that experience and you're not working against yourself with it. So it is okay to win, doesn't mean others have to lose as a result. And that's an assumption that you want to hold if that's the case, if that's something that you want to experience. So that's all. As always, please remember you are the amazing creators of your reality. You are the superstar of your show. You are the producer, the writer, the director, and the actor in your movie. What you assume to be true will be so. So assume the best for you. Assume the best for everyone in your movie too, and you will have an amazing time, amazing life. And this is my wish, my vision, and my prayer for you and for me too. And I got to go take my beautiful girl for a walk. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye.